Welcome to our channel's World Agriculture Technology.
Why conservation agriculture is highly recommended. Conservation agriculture is new to farmers and practices in some countries. Conservation agriculture is applying a methodology of agroecological system to improve and maintain the agriculture productivities sustainably with profitable and ensure food securities and food safety, which balancing the climate and environmentally friendly and improve the natural resources biodiversity, increase bioorganisms and soil contents to add nutrient to crops produced. There are some factors contributed from conservation agriculture such as diversification of crops by planting intercropping to the farms, improved soil cover by planting crop covers after main crops are harvested, and to reduce the soil tilling by several plowings with heavy machinery to disturbance the soils and microorganism or living things in the soils. Conservation agriculture by practices cover crops will ensure the soils are healthier that are the key interventions for promoting the farmers to understand the best practices for cover crops and the key roles of conservation agriculture. This will reduce the risk intensity of soil-borne diseases. Pests or insects by disconnecting the reproductive life cycles of the pests or insects in cover crops are best control for weed growth due to the composting process of the cover crops decaying and composting cycles made by the cover crops. This compost are added to the surface soils to make the soil living or a healthy soil what are not to hard or cracked soils. Compost soils will be a good habitat for the beneficial living organism, and these help to clean the pest and insects' reproductive cycles. How the conservation agriculture practices. The implementation processes are designed to 3 important steps. 1. Soil leveling. Soils preparing and leveling are crucial steps in the starting points or the conservation agriculture activities. 2. Planting cover crops. Planting cover crops before planting main crops. The main crops such as maize, bean, cassava, other fruits trees depended on the farmer selection, and the crop covers need to apply it firsthand. The farmers can select the cover crops to provide nutrient for the main crops. The cover crops provided massive amounts of benefits for the main crops and protected the soil erosions, especially the surface soils that have large amounts of humus fertilizers. The cover crops help to protect the soils from agriculture machinery and other heat of sunlight. The farmers can select 1 or more cover crop types planting integration based on the types of soils for an economic and farmer purpose. 3. Planting main crop. The main crop is planted directly on the ground with a non-tillage machine after grinding the cover crop or planting green, which is a cost-effective and time-saving method with a single machine. The use of non-plowing planters to reduce the disturbance to the land for saving time and money. The biomass of the soil cover crop included stems and roots will be kept the topsoil to retain moisture and then decomposed as nutrients to the main crops that have been planted. Crop cover will add value to environmental and ecological as well as economically. These activities need to be linkages with other private sectors to promote the behavioral changes in agriculture practices that it strongly affected the quality of the ecological and food safety into a self-sustainable agriculture production system. That the farmers need to be trained in conservation agriculture for their improvement of the agricultural production and profitability. What types of cover crops good for soils improvement? There are many cover crop types of seeds are good at improving soil nutrient for the plant needs. These cover crops provided sufficient nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium for the plants need the most. These included, but not limited to, sun hemp, Crotalaria juicea. Sun hemp does well on a wide range of soils provided they are well drained. It does not withstand waterlogging. When it is grown for fiber, sun hemp does better on fairly light textured soil, sandy loam or loam of moderate or good fertility. Sun hemp, a nitrogen-fixing legume and soil improver, is a good cover crop that will grow fully in 60 days, provided intensive biomass 7 tons and dry matter per hectare. This sun hemp can produce nitrogen in between 100 to 150 kg per hectare. This cover crop is good for improving the nitrogen and soil nutrients contents and reduce the soil-borne diseases. The sun hemp sown 35 kg per hectare or planting by planter 20 to 25 kg per hectare. Rattlepod, Crotalaria acrolurca, is most often used for forage and as a green manure cover crop. Grown in rotation with commodity crops, Crotalaria acrolurca builds soil nutrition between crops. Planting duration 80 to 90 days. Biomass 7 to 12 tons and dry matter per hectare. Produce nitrogen 50 to 100 kg per hectare. The rapple pod is sown 12 to 15 kg per hectare or planting by planter 8 to 10 kg per hectare. Stylosanskianensis is a tropical legume shrub widely grown for forage throughout the tropics and subtropics. Stylo has a strong taproot that is nodulated. The stems are many-branched and may be woody at the base. Stylo does not twin, unlike other legumes. Stylo is a leafy species that remains green under dry conditions. Stylo can be sown alone or mixed with companion species. It will grow 6 to 8 weeks after sowing. Stylo is a nitrogen-fixing legume that readily nodulates and improves soil and mineral status. It produces biomass 3 to 18 tons of dry matter per hectare. Produce nitrogen 50 to 100 kg per hectare. It is resistant to sandy soil and nitrogen deficiency soil. Seeds sown 8 to 10 kg of seeds or planting by planter kilogram per hectare. Centrosema pascurum duration 120 days. Produce biomass 4 to 12 tons in dry matter per hectare. Produce nitrogen 100 to 150 kg per hectare. This can be used for all types of soil, deep soils, clay soils, nitrogen deficiency soil, and improving soil quality. Seeds sown 12 to 15 kg per hectare or by planting with planter 8 to 10 kg per hectare. Sorghum bicolor. There are different types of seeds varieties such as IRT 203, Pool Preto, Muskberry, and Ping Dang. Duration 70 to 80 days. Produce biomass 7 to 18 tons of dry matter per hectare. Seeds sown less than 30 kg per hectare or planter 15 to 20 kg per hectare. Pearl millet, Pinacetum glaucum. Duration 70 to 80 days. Capacity to produce biomass 7 to 10 tons of dry matter per hectare. Seeds sown 10 to 15 kg per hectare or planter 8 to 12 kg per hectare. Finger millet, Eleusine coraconid. Duration 80 to 90 days. It produces biomass 7 to 12 tons and dry matter per hectare. Nitrogen 50 to 100 kg per hectare. Seeds sown 10 to 12 kg per hectare or planter 6 to 8 kg per hectare. Pigeon pea Cajanus Cajun. Duration 80 to 90 days. Biomass 80 to 90 kg per hectare. Nitrogen 50 to 100 tons/ha. Seeds sown 40 to 50 kg per hectare or planter 25 to 30 kg per hectare. Sesbania Pakistan. Duration 60 days. Biomass 7 to 15 tons and dry matter per hectare. Nitrogen 150 tons/ha. Seeds sown 8 to 10 kg per hectare or planter 6 to 8 kg per hectare. Cowpea Vigna unguiculata. Duration 60 days. Biomass 3 to 7 tons and dry matter per hectare. Nitrogen 50 to 100 tons per hectare. Seeds sown 35 kg per hectare or planter 15 to 25 kg per hectare. Functions and roles of mixed cover crops. All cover crops are legume families that are convertible to nitrogen from the atmosphere to feed own plants and produce nitrogen compounds through root systems as nitrogen-fixing plants. Its strong roots can penetrate the soil deeply that can survive even in dry season. This cover crop are the agents to produce microorganisms and biodiversity in the soil and having the capacity to increase the carbon in the soil that is sometimes called the magnetic to absorb and store microelements for the plants that are the plant most needed, as such nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. There are 3 types of cover crops can be mixed and highly provided nutrients to the soils and plants. Mixed cover crops, prepare before main crops, biopump. Mixed cover crops, prepare after main crops. Mixed cover crops, prepare for improved fallow. 1. Mixed cover crops, before main crops, biopump. Biopump is a technical term that is pumping the nutrients from the deep soils to upper soil or surface soils by biology process. It can bring the nutrients in deep soils around 2 to 3 meters up to the surface soil that allow the main crops to absorb these nutrients easily. They can apply mixed cover crops together with 2 to 3 types of cover crop seeds that boost the nutrients as fertilizer to the soils quickly, if compared to a single cover crop. That have multifunctional of all cover crops when to be applied all together. The combination of cover crops. BM1, sun hemp plus cowpea and peel millet, apply average seed 40 kg per hectare. BM2, sun hemp plus pearl millet, apply average seed 28 kg per hectare. BM3, sun hemp plus cowpea and sorghum, need the average seed 40 kg per hectare. It is recommended that these mixed seeds of cover crops are best applied. 2. Mixed cover crops after main crops. The farmer can prepare these mixed cover crops after the main crops are planted and keep these cover crops growing in the farm within 75 to 90 days. The cover crop seeds are mixed 2 to 3 types of cover crops that increase the effectiveness of cover crops and quickly improve the soil nutrients. That is better than a single cover crop introduced. More types of cover crops work well and perform different functions at once. The importance of these mixed cover crops is bringing the deep soil nutrients around 2 to 3 meters to the upper part of the surface soils that the main crops need the most. Long-lived mixed cover crops leave a lot of nitrogen in the soil and are produced by permanent and semi-permanent cover, which they regenerate during the rainy season when we alternate with the main crop. LM1, Stylo plus Centro and Ratapod, average seed required 24 kg per hectare. LM2, Stylo plus Ratapod, average seed required 20 kg per hectare. These can be mixed with other types of cover crops, depending on the farmer's interest. 3. Mixed cover crops, improved fallow. Beside biopump and mixed crop after main crops, the mixed cover crops for improved fallow has played key roles for the farms or orchard that are strongly affected by heavy applied chemical fertilizers that lead to poor soil quality, no fertilizer, or dead soil. The mixed cover crops for improved fallow have a good capacity to unblock the dead soils, be alive and healthy soil. With a strong root system, highly resilient to the droughted dry season, these mixed cover crops for improved fallow have reproduced biodiversity, serve as a host for beneficial insects. Microorganisms converted nutrients to the soil and leaves biomass from itself, rich in nutrients that common crops need, especially nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. IM1, Stylo plus Pigeon Pea and Rattlepod, average seed 28 kg per hectare. IM2, Stylo plus Rattlepod and Peel Millet, average seed 24 kg per hectare. Farmers can mix other types of cover crops based on their needs. Economic analysis from cover crop practices. Planting cover in average 70 days and per hectare, it produces biomass 4 tons. NPK, chemical fertilizer are reduced, replaced by the organic fertilizer. Nitrogen, 104 kg. Phosphorus, P2O5, 41 kg. Potassium, K2O, 142.6 kg. Apply the mixed cover crops will save in total $270 per hectare.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more video. Thank you.